As you exercised the works of Jesus to get saved, exercise the works of Jesus to remain saved. A person cannot exercise their own works to be saved, to be born again. They must exercise the works of Jesus to be born again. And they do this by choosing to have faith in the works of Jesus. That he came to earth, that he obeyed the Father, that he died for their sins, that he rose from the dead, that they can have new life. They exercise Christ's works to save them. Exercising their own works cannot save them. But just as the Christian exercised Christ's works to be saved, so they must exercise Christ's works to remain saved. As they entered, so they must continue. As they entered, so they must continue. A Christian was not saved by their own works, and they cannot remain saved by their own works. It is by the works of Jesus that they get saved, and it is by the works of Jesus that they remain saved. A person must choose to exercise the works of Jesus to get saved, and they must choose to exercise the works of Jesus to remain saved. Now, if they choose not to exercise such works, they will not get saved. And if after they are saved, they choose not to exercise such works, they will not remain saved. Please understand the following, church. Before a person becomes a Christian, they were not able to exercise their works to get saved because their old nature cannot exercise righteousness, cannot exercise righteous works to get saved. So they place their faith in the works of Jesus to get them saved. And then something wonderful happens. They receive the nature of Jesus. Now they are able to exercise Christ's works from that nature to remain saved. So at no point is a Christian saved by their own works. And at no point do they remain saved by their own works. They get saved by exercising the works of Jesus, and they remain saved by exercising the works of Jesus. Well, the Christian is not to work their works. They are to work the works of Christ. God does not require that you live by your own good works, or that by your works you avoid bad works. However, He does require that you live from the nature of Jesus to produce good works and to avoid bad works. You are to live by Christ's works from the nature of Christ within you. Ephesians 2:10 says, "For we are His workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them." You are not created in yourself for good works, but in Christ for good works. You have no good works apart from Christ. So please understand, church, that at no point are you required to exercise your own works to be saved or to remain saved. However, you are to choose His works to get saved, and you are to choose to exercise His works to remain saved. You are to work the works of Jesus. Don't think you can go around sinning and that you will still go to heaven because you are not saved by your own works. God has provided the nature of Christ that you work His works, that you produce His works of righteousness, that you obey. So once you are saved, what do? What does God want you to do? You are to exercise the works of Christ to remain saved. Otherwise, you are left to your own works, which are rejected by God. And those works will take you to the lake of fire. As you continue, not as you continue. As you entered, so continue. As you entered, so continue. As you entered, so continue. As you exercised the works of Jesus to get saved, exercise the works of Jesus to remain saved.